So please welcome to the stage our first guests for today. Representing Norway, we have Alessandra. Hi, wherever you'd like to sit. Yeah. Yep. And representing Serbia, we have Luke Black. Wherever you'd like. Yeah. And then from Latvia, we have Southern Lights. Wherever you'd like to sit, wherever you'd like. So let's see if I can get this right. Andres? Yes. Carlis, 1. Martins, and Carlis, 2. Oh, you're in the right order. Thank you very much. So you've been here now for quite a few days. You're all settled in. Hope you're enjoying yourselves. We're just going to ask you a few questions one at a time and then see how we get on. So Alessandra, welcome.
Brava.
You are making quite a splash. A lot of fans have followed you. They watched Melody Grand Prix and they've been watching you prepare for Eurovision. Are you enjoying yourself?
Oh, yeah, I'm enjoying myself. So now, nice.
Your song is a really powerful song this year. And you're on record as saying it's about power, about people's self-belief and being themselves.
Yeah.
So do you think that's a message that really works with the Eurovision audience?
Yeah, I would say so. And also because it's a song that makes a lot of people united and the team is united by music. So I think it's a great song for Eurovision and not only in general. Yeah.
Because I think it resonates with a lot of people because Eurovision has become a bit of a festival of people wanting to be themselves and acceptance.
Yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. It's about accepting yourself and loving yourself, first of all. And I think Eurovision helps a lot to just be yourself. And that's wonderful.
And do you think you're half Italian, half Norwegian? Yeah?
Yeah, I'm Italian and Norwegian.
Yes, so do you think that kind of helps, that you're a kind of embodiment of transnational, the Eurovision spirit of coming from 2 different musical cultures, quite strong musical cultures as well?
Yeah, I would say that life in general always makes you be who you are. And so I would say, of course, that probably my being Italian and Norwegian has helped me become who I am, and also embracing more maybe the more difficult, the differences of the culture, but then embracing both of them and not saying that one is wrong and one is right.
And do you feel completely half and half, or is?
I don't feel half and half.
No, you feel both.
I feel both, so I usually correct people that say half and half because I feel first of all, I think we come from the world in general. I think we all are a part of the world, and I think that's the basics. And then of course we are influenced by where we born, the state where we're in, the country, for example, Italy and Norway.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you.
So Luke, I said to you before, you're kind of almost British for us. So you live in London, don't you?
Yes, I live in London. I've been living for the past couple of years, on and off, because of the pandemic.
Oh, yes. So, and your name is interesting. You've obviously anglicized your name. And there's this story that you called yourself Black because you were in mourning for Serbian music. But clearly you are the embodiment so that Serbian music is alive and well.
Well, thank you for that. Yeah, it was a stage name, actually my MySpace name, that I concocted when we have this thing, what we do when, somebody passes away, and we wear black for 40 days. So in my mind, when I was a teenager, I was like, oh, everything is terrible. The music is terrible. There's no future. I've been quite dramatic, and it was 15 years ago. And then I wore black colors for 40 days. And in those 40 days, I started having bursts of inspiration that I didn't have before. So I wanted to pay respect to the color. And then I started wearing it for a bit longer. And now I'm stuck with the name.
And is sadness for you, is that an emotion that's as strong as joy in inspiring music?
I think sadness is definitely one of the strongest inspirations. I don't really think I have a song, I'm So Happy, which is something that I plan to release later. But that song is actually like quite satirical in the way where, you know, it uses a happy melody, but it comes from deeper sadness, I guess. I would be lying if I said that I was inspired throughout my career by happiness at all. I don't know. No, I don't. I can't think of a song.
Oh, it's interesting. And you've chosen this year to sing the song partly in English and partly in Serbian. That was a conscious decision, and what led you to that decision?
I wanted to do both of the languages because they're deeply personal to me. And the song starts out addressing some global problems, and it uses video game slang, so there's no Serbian equivalent, but also, you know, English being kind of widely spoken around the world. I wanted to address the global problems there, and then the problems that I have inside my world were in Serbian, and you know, the inner thoughts and demons that I wanted to beat on stage as well. So that was the decision. I wanted to, you know, pay respects to my inner thoughts in Serbian and address global problems in English.
Cool, thank you. So, and then turning to the Latvians, your song is interesting as well because the title of your song is in Latvian, but the lyrics are in English. And can you try to explain to us what the title of the song is?
Yes, our song is called Aya, and actually 3 words are in Latvian in the end of the song. But yes, the word Aya comes from Latvian lullabies, Latvian folk lullabies, and we had a deep feeling that world really needs a lullaby right now, and that's how this song came about.
Yes, because your song it's very emotional. It's a kind of deep song, and I presume it's been inspired by the events in the last couple of years.
Yeah, exactly, and I think war in Ukraine was a huge trigger for us, and for us not only as a band but as a society, and especially in Latvia, in Baltic states. We've felt a lot of Ukrainian people are coming to our country, refugees, and you know, we have so many terrible things happening in the world, and and at the end of the day, we still need to go to sleep and still need to carry on with our lives. And so this is what we are trying to do with this song, to bring some little sense of peace.
Cool. Now, and for all of you, really, I mean, the stage at Eurovision, this is the arena is big and the global audience is enormous as well. And that brings pressures for you guys. So how do all of you cope? Some of you are solos, some of you together. So Alessandra, how do you find that?
I don't find it pressure, but that's like personal for me. I don't know. That's because this is what I know my life has always like been prepared to. Like I've always like as a child always been like dancing or singing for my family or for people that didn't want to hear me sing, but I did it either way. And and I don't feel pressure about it. I just feel enthusiasm. Yeah.
And at the end of the day, when you've had a hard day up there singing and performing, how do you relax when you go back to the hotel?
I watch Criminal Minds, and I don't totally relax by that. I should start watching a new series. But I just stay in bed, maybe meditate sometimes. I think that helps a lot. I don't know about you guys. What do you usually do?
Well, all of the stress divides because we are four, and
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's easier for us. We can lean on each other
Yeah.
and talk through this. So, yeah.
Do you think it is easier for the groups? We had the Australians were here yesterday, and I think they were saying that they felt they could support each other.
Yeah, but it is like that. Yeah, it's always we just talk it through. So, yeah, whatever one of us is feeling more stressed or more hyped, that he can carry his hype, or
Yeah, usually the hype is multiplied by 4 and the stress is divided by 4. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's good. It's very good.
and it's easier when you play instruments, so you don't have to sing. So
yeah, you play instruments, right?
it's not easy to play instrument, but for vocalists, I think it's harder in this contest. So yeah,
You're basically dancers.
yeah,
right now.
yeah. We do the dancing parts, but it's important also. So
And Luke, how do you find it?
I forgot the question.
Oh, so how are you finding being on such a large stage with such a big audience? Does it bring pressures, and how do you deal with those pressures?
It's my first time performing on a stage as big as this. I actually haven't performed on even in the national finals, which had a smaller stage. Like that was a huge stage for me. I performed in my life loads, but always at like really small venues and everything. So this was such an upgrade, and I don't know. I think I'm more stressed out because I'm deeply like I'm in the production process as well, and in the dirty work as well. Making things happen. So everything that's going on, it's not just the performance. It's like, oh, the clothes, the stage design, the lights, the direction, everything is kind of like making my mind stress out, and I don't know how I unwind. I regenerate by sleeping. So basically, yeah, that's it.
Cool. And there's a bit of a Eurovision bubble. We always talk about the bubble, and there's all the artists together. Do you find that is there a rivalry between the artists, or are you all friends? And have you got to know each other if you've done the pre-parties and things like that? Has that helped you? Yeah.
I would like, for me, I would say that I'm having such a great time. Like I'm not feeling, and also because like when you're doing music, like when you're looking at music, like maybe from another perspective, especially like Eurovision is a song contest. So it's like objectively it's a contest. But seemingly like from the inside, with people who are artists, musicians, dancers, or everything, of course you want to do the best because like you do it for yourself. You want to do the best you can. But still I don't feel any type of I'm just loving being with these people in general. And if I see someone being a little bit like arrogant, so hello, calm down. Like no, but for real, like I think this should be like we should be all together. Like when if not, it's not gonna be a nice journey. And I think it really is, and it should be. Yeah.
So just before we go on, our friends from Malta have arrived.
Woo!
Everyone's on really difficult schedules, so please welcome the busker.
Woo, 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 woo.
Thanks, guys. So welcome. So we have David, yeah, Jean-Paul, a very Maltese English-sounding name, and Sean. Thanks for joining us. So we were just in the middle of talking about whether you've made friends with other artists and how you feel in the Eurovision bubble. If you've met people in the pre-parties and things like that, how are you feeling?
So from our end, I think it's important for us to make sure that we meet everyone. We've been excited to meet all the contestants because the biggest part of it is the knowing that we're all, I mean, it's united by music, yeah? Coming together from different countries, but at the same time, we're all just one. We're all here with the intention of putting up a good show with our product, which is music. This year, I've seen a lot of bands, and we all know the band culture, how it works, and also seeing songwriters and musicians like Luke Black, who was mentioning how he's part of the process of the production as well. I think, as Alessandra has also pointed out, we're all trying to give a feeling of unity, even though it has a contest attached to the name. I think the air and the mood during the pre-parties was about enjoying ourselves and making sure that this is something that is put forward in the best organic way.
Cool.
I don't know, guys.
So yeah, I just want to exemplify what Dave just said. For example, yesterday when Alessandra was going to go up for a performance, she heard us listening to Jamiroquai. She came in and we were dancing together, you know, and she was in the zone, but she still gave time to us to communicate. Luke Black, half my phone is full of videos of him saying hi to my sister-in-law because he's such a nice guy, and my sister-in-law's obsessed with him. So she's Serbian as well, and he's such a nice guy and a sweet gentleman, and I just want to give him a shout out from here. And as well, the Latvian team here, they're lovely people, you know. We meet in the lift all the time, smile at each other. It's a big family approach, and that's how we like to look at music, you know. Music isn't meant to be a competition. Yes, this is a competition, but at the end of the day, it's about unity.
Well said.
I approve what my what they said.
Few.
I don't have any further comments. We can move on to the next question.
So just before you arrived, we were saying it's obviously you've got support, but it's pressured, and you're on a big stage. Do you guys feel it's easier for you because there are three of you and you can support each other?
Definitely, yes. I think, especially in the music industry, we know how it can get it can affect your mental health. But I think being in a band, I consider myself lucky that I'm surrounded with two my best friends. And whenever we want to discuss something, we always find each other. Up to yesterday, I mean, yesterday we had to discuss some stuff after our second rehearsal, and we were sharing our emotions, how are we feeling so far, because the Eurovision journey can be quite crazy, you know, from one day to another. We're on to the 6th day now since we arrived in Liverpool, and that's what said this morning, sort of like, oh my God, already 6 days have passed. So, yes, yesterday we had this chat together, and it was super amazing for us to share our emotions, like how we're feeling so far, if there's something that we want to talk about, you know. So yes,
Cool.
being in a band helps a lot when it comes to all this pressure.
And you guys, you're on record as saying that one of the inspirations behind your music was the Beatles.
Yes.
Yes. And obviously we're in Liverpool, Beatles City, home of music really in Britain. So have you had an opportunity to go and see some of the Beatles sites around the city, you know, some of the things that inspired their songs and gave the names to the songs? Have you been able to escape to see those things?
Yes and no, but to be honest with you, tomorrow we're actually playing at the Cavern Club. We just it's a dream come true for us. We just back in 2019 we busked outside of Cavern Club because we did not get the opportunity to perform inside the club, but this time we actually have the spot.
Wonderful. I'm sure there'll be some people there to watch. What about the others? Have you been able to, the Beatles means different things to different people from different generations, but have you been able to see any of the sites or anything like that?
Well, yeah, Beatles are everything to us. I think we wouldn't be here without them. I think pop music would be so much different, and so far we haven't seen anything. We've been like to hotel, arena, and yeah, basically just sleeping or rehearsing or having meetings about rehearsing, and so far, so yeah, but we will definitely do something. We will definitely go see Penny Lane, Strawberry Fields, and all the places.
Lovely. Well, do we have any questions from the audience? They need a bit of warming up today.
Come on, guys, you don't bite.
There's one down there.
Hey guys, it's GJ from OutTV. This is a question for all of you. I have been wondering, you all represent different genres of music this year. Do you think there is still one ingredient that makes a good Eurovision song, or has the contest become so diverse that that is no longer applicable?
Who wants to go first?
A good Eurovision song.
Yeah.
I think it has to be probably peculiar. Like it has to be something that is in a way new, and that's also why we have so many new artists. Maybe not only because like we're coming with new music, right? Coming with a new way of thinking, maybe. So I'd say that Eurovision not only like for the audience to like show who you are, but it's also for like for the artist and for the musicians, like this is me. And it probably, like, since it's a new artist, it's probably new, familiar but new, which is the best recipe for music.
I think from a songwriting point of view, from our end, things turned. The tables kind of started. Our mood and our creativity started thinking in a winning attitude for Malta's selection. When just said it has to have an intro, and I'm like, why? Because most songs that win have an intro. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. But then, as a songwriting aspect or a mood, as Alessandra said, it has to represent something. Around the world, there are so many communities that have not yet have a voice. For us this year, as a band, we went in trying to be ourselves as much as possible. The song thankfully sounds coherent, but there are a lot of elements from different places. From my end, it's the singer-songwriter writing, which I'm used to. There's the funkiest element of Sean with the saxophone, and then there's Jean putting in the 80s elements from Depeche Mode, Queen. And for us, it represented our childhood growing up listening to these songs. So as long as it represents something that is you and the delivery speaks to the artist, I'm pretty sure that the artist will be able to connect with the audience better. Over here on the panel, we have 4 different genres for sure, but they're all unique in the elements because I'm pretty sure that the artist is delivering it from the heart, because they definitely feel like it is something that they can deliver because it's authentic.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'd say the special ingredient is you, and so on. Because yeah, honesty is what matters, I think. And if you're honest to yourself, uh, it makes a great Eurovision song.
And that's been said actually yesterday. The artists all said authenticity was the most important thing. And do you think the audience at home can tell when it's authentic?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think people don't like if you lie to them, and and the audience can feel it even through all the cameras or the TV screen.
Cool. Anyone else? Yep. Alistair?
Hi, I have a question from a viewer on the live stream. This is from Adrian's in Latvia, and it's for Luke. Are we going to see the lobster in the green room? And why is the Latvian language at the end of the song and not in the middle?
So we better start with Luke first and the lobster, whatever that means.
I apologize. I'm so bad today. I didn't hear the last word. Is the lobster going to be in the green room? Was that it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yes, it will be. Yeah. It will. I was lucky enough to meet loads of people throughout the pre-parties, musicians and fans as well, of Eurovision, and I was gifted tons of new lobsters that made me go overweight in at the airport. So I could probably like bring all of them. And imagine like I'm alone and there's just like lobsters around me in the
That
room,
would be really
in
cool.
my
Go on,
bedroom,
do
in
it.
my hotel
Do
room.
it.
Yeah, but no, it would be why. It would be like really nice, just like me and a few lobsters.
And I think the second part of the question was for the Latvian guys. It was like, why are the 3 words of Latvian at the end?
Yes, our song started from this really dark theme. I don't know why, how it came about, but yeah, it was right after the war started, and it somehow had all these dark emotions in it. But we still wanted to give a hope in the end of the song, and yeah, the lullaby. Yeah, it's a song about lullaby, and in the end, it becomes the lullaby itself. So when you sing a lullaby, I think it cannot be in any other language than your own. And yeah, that's why it's in the ending, and That's why it is the most powerful part of the song.
Okay. And I think, guys, we thank you really very much for this. It's been a wonderful discussion and great to meet you. And I think people would love to have an opportunity to talk one-on-one if you've got some spare time for us. We know that you've got really hectic schedules, but I suggest then that we just break out and you'll be able to meet some of the people face to face and have some discussions. But thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate it, and good luck. Okay, guys, we're about to start the second session. If someone can see if there's people in the cafe, if you want to try and herd them in, please. So please welcome to the stage and make some noise. We have with us representing Portugal, Mimi-Cat. Yeah, anywhere. Representing Switzerland, we have Remo Ferrer. Representing Ireland, we have Wild Youth. And finally, representing Azerbaijan, we have Tural Turangs. So guys, thank you and welcome to the stage. We've got quite a few people who are still outside doing one-on-ones, but they'll drift in during the conversation. So we just wanted to have a brief chat with everybody, introduce everyone and get you to have an opportunity to talk. If you don't mind, can I start with Mimi-Cat?
Sure,
The
go ahead.
obvious question, is that your real name?
Well, it could be, but no. The name comes from the junction of actually two names. In my family, the children call their grandmothers Mimi. So I've been a Mimi for a lot of years now. And but Mimi for me wasn't enough to describe me as an artist. So I added the cat. That comes from the most personal part, and I do love cats. And a lot of people say, "Oh, you got like a cat eye," and I thought, okay, maybe that works. And when I put the two of them together, I thought it sounded great. So I didn't think much about it afterwards, and it's nothing too deep. It's just very practical.
It's very catchy. Now, I understand that there's quite a story to how you wrote the song that you're presenting this year at Eurovision. Do you want to share that with us a little
Yeah.
bit?
Well, I wrote this song about 10 years ago in a house. I worked in real estate for a long time. And I was waiting for a client, actually. And I was sitting with my legs crossed, looking at the ceiling on the floor. And it literally came out just like coração. And the minute I said this, okay, so I knew I had something there. And in 5 minutes, the song just came out of me, which never happens. It takes me like forever to write a song. But this was actually the first one that took me like 5 minutes to write because it was so natural. You know, the words just came out of my mouth naturally. And then I thought immediately about giving it away to other singers because it was not my thing. At the time, I only sang in English, and it was very bluesy, very jazzy, R&B-ish kind of vibe. I was releasing my first album, and it had nothing to do with me. So I waited, but I never gave it away because my husband insisted, "Don't give the song away, don't give the song away." And I waited up until I started singing in Portuguese. And when I did decide to give it a shot at production, we came to this kind of Costurica kind of vibe slash a march, a popular march in Portugal, and I didn't like it, but that was the demo I submitted to Festival de Cancel, and I was really happy when they said that I could change the arrangements, and we changed it, and it is what we all know. Yeah, that's the
Thank
story.
you. We'll come back in a minute, I think,
Yeah.
to talk a little bit more about that. So, Remo, welcome.
Thank you. Good
You're
to be
kind
here.
of no stranger, even though you're a very young man, you're no stranger to these big platforms, really. You've done some important TV programs, you've been on competitions like The Voice. How does this compare, and how are you kind of dealing with having to be on such an enormous stage with such a huge audience?
I think it was a good preparation also to be like in a show than The Voice, because I experienced different things like working with cameras, working on a big stage. And I think, yeah, those are things you can compare, but Eurovision is something completely different. It's much bigger. The stage is also huge, and the fan community, the fan base, or the bubble, as we say, is like crazy to be there.
Really?
And I can't wait to be there with a lot of
Deep
fans
energy.
shouting out. Yeah.
Now, your song is, there's a bit of a tradition now with Switzerland entering these very moody ballads. They've been quite successful. They're quite unique. It's also related to current events. It's an anti-war themed song, isn't it? Do you think that's you're capturing really the spirit of the age with this song?
Yeah, maybe kind of. I think the story tells a very sad story in Switzerland, where you go to the Swiss army. And when I heard the song for the first time, I was not the writer of it. I just picked it up and I heard it, and I was pretty sure, because it's the age where you go to Swiss army in Switzerland, and the thought about that other people in this age are in the situation that they have to fight for their lives, fight for their family, which is very hard, catched me. And that was the moment when I was sure, okay, it's the song I want to sing on the big Eurovision stage.
Cool. Thank you. And Wild Youth, so we need the names. So Connor,
Yes.
David.
He's
No?
he's
No,
actually
you're a
ill.
no.
David's not well, so but
Oh.
I'm Ed anyway.
Oh.
So I'm also in the band, so I'm not a stand-in.
Yeah. It's our tour manager.
And then we have Carl, who has the attention span
Callum.
of a goldfish.
So welcome, guys. Now you've had experience of big stages as well. You've supported some major acts and in big arenas. How does this compare?
I think it's totally different. It's like, normally on shows that we've done, if it's our own show, it's an hour and 20 minutes. If it's a support show, it's 40 minutes. I think, getting used to just 2 minutes and 55 seconds on, off. There's no time to kind of warm into it. It's like, it has to be like straight away. Which is interesting, but I think we did like all the pre-parties, so I think that kind of really helped us adapt to kind of this way of performing. Also, it's quite unique to be performing a lot to camera. Like, we've obviously done TV before, where it's like Dancing with the Stars or something, and you're the music act, but to try and focus on your performance, focus on all the cameras, take everything in. So
Is it distracting?
No, it just takes a bit of getting used to it, I think.
And you got one of the best costumes this year, has to be said. The gold costume is pretty cool.
Oh, thank you.
So how's that working out
Yeah.
for you? Enjoying wearing that?
I assume you're talking about mine, yeah.
I would be lying if I told you it was enjoyable to wear. It's incredibly tight and heavy, and a total pain to go to the toilet. Honestly, it's like 3 people in, like taking it down, spanks everything. It's
I am not
a
one of
fucking
those
nightmare.
people.
So we're going to be watching. If you leave the green room, you're going to be gone for like
Yeah.
half an hour.
If
aren't you?
anyone sees me leaving the bathroom with 4 people, I'm just going to the toilet.
So, and the guys, and Turan. So this is quite unique. I'm not sure if we've had twins competing before. You, the story goes, you kind of entered this really speculatively. And did you think 6 months ago at the beginning of this journey that you would find yourself here in Liverpool and about to be on the big European Eurovision stage?
No, I have no idea about it. Actually, it just started with this song that we just wrote it like 1 year ago, and we didn't even think about like, oh, all right. I just sent it like, okay, like, randomly. We say it was just I saw this advertisement of Eurovision in Instagram. In our country said, you can send your own song and you can go to Eurovision, and I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, and why not? And then I did it, and they chose us. They were selected, and amazing.
And do you think this will be a platform really for changing your career now?
Of course, of course. This is like the, it's a trampoline. What do you say? It's like for me, it's like a beginning of everything for my career. And it's the best beginning ever. It's cool.
And obviously, being twins, you have a special relationship. And do you think that helps you to deal with the stresses of being here? Can you support each other? What do you do to kind of cope with the stresses and strain?
Yeah, here's the thing about having a twin. It's like when you get stressed in the process, and when you go to your hotel room and stuff, you can just scream at someone, and like that feels good sometimes to get your anger from out of someone. But it's good. It's my brother, and
And
I like
I
doing.
also know him so better, and he's knowing me like we know each other.
You
like,
understand each other completely.
Yeah, understanding each other completely.
Yeah,
that's why it's so easy to, I don't know, get the stress away.
And for you guys being in a band, does that help or does it cause extra stress?
Yeah.
I just want to say as well, you did Jedward a big disservice there. He said there hasn't been twins.
Oh my God, I did. Whoops.
Yeah.
And they're coming here next week. Yeah. There haven't been Azeri twins.
Sorry.
Do you think you as a group, does that help supporting each other, or does it actually create more tension?
Oh, of course. I think, and I know probably every band in the world says this, but I think even people who are, we've done the pre-parties with will tell you, we actually are like best friends. So, yeah. I think to have that support network and just kind of, it's such a lovely thing, and to be able to just kind of talk and go for food together and kind of just wind down like after a day, and because we're in the Eurovision, you're very in it, you know what I mean? So like I go back and I'm talking to my friends, I'm like, does this pre-part? They're like, yeah, whatever. They're just like, yeah. So like we just kind of stay in our bubble, and it's always lovely to have people to talk to.
And what about you guys as solo artists? It's a bit of a different dynamic for you. At the end of the day, what do you do to?
It is, yeah. I think I have an amazing team around me, but when the staging or the rehearsal starts, they go to the viewing room, and I'm by myself. But now here in this show, I'm with dancers, so I'm also kind of with the persons I know, and we're having a good time. I think it helps. How about you?
Well, I'm exactly in the same boat. So I have my dancers with me, and we work really well as a group, and I've been friends with them. Well, mostly one of the dancers has been my friend, and the choreographer of the show has been my friend for many, many years. So I feel like family. And also in my team, I have my husband and my best friend. So apart from all the other people in the team, they're so lovely and like a new family. But I feel very supported, and I feel like I have people to talk to. So I don't feel alone at all, honestly.
And you mentioned the pre-parties, and obviously Eurovision is just like not a one-night gig like it used to be. It's a whole season. You've got the pre-parties around Europe, and then you've got all the rehearsals, and you've got this whole build-up. Does that help? Do you get to know each other? Is there rivalry? It is a competition, or do you make friendships between the artists?
Well, can I start? Yeah. Well, I think I've met all these guys except for you guys and at the
Right now.
pre-parties. Yeah, and I think it helped a lot because we come in now and we see each other and we just give hugs to each other and ask, oh, what was your rehearsal like? Did you like your job? And we complain about stuff together as well. So it's actually pretty cool because I don't feel the competition environment at all. I sometimes do forget that we're in a
Me too.
competition.
For me, it's like that too.
Yeah, sometimes people talk about the voting system. I don't understand a thing about the voting system at all. So the real deal is happening for me while we're all together and enjoying these moments together and sharing this experience all together. But because I think they were all on the same boat.
I think as well with the pre-parties because they're more relaxed. I couldn't imagine coming here if I hadn't met everyone. You know what I mean? To try and get to it. So doing the pre-parties when it was more kind of chilled, and we all stayed in the same hotels. We'd all travel together.
We all drank and sang
so it's
together and danced together.
Yeah.
And in the pre-parties it was like I agree with you. It was so chill and you can just go and meet with somebody and have fun. But in here, like when you go to arena, it's like everyone has their job and they just focus on their job. So that's why there is no time for chatting and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but I think we're going to have some time for.
Yeah. Like I said hi to Mimi the other day in the venue, and she walked straight by me.
I told you I loved your outfit. I did. You didn't tell me back about that.
Madrid? No, we had the coffee. Lorraine. Dinner on Friday? No? Okay, busy.
Now, we touched earlier on with you, Mimi Cat, we talked about language. And this year, we've got probably more diverse range of musical genres in Eurovision than we've had for many years. And we're seeing a resurgence of people singing in their national languages. But most of your music is in English, isn't it?
Yeah, most of it, yeah.
Did you make a conscious decision to sing this one in Portuguese? Did you have any pressure because you're representing the country, or what was the thought behind that?
Well, not at all. I didn't have any kind of pressure because I actually submitted my own song to my national selection. So I submitted the song that I wanted. As I said before, when I wrote this song 10 years ago, it didn't have anything to do with what I was doing at the moment. But 5 years ago, I started singing more in Portuguese. So even though I do sing in English as well, I discovered my language and my expression also in Portuguese, which was always a battle for me and something that I wanted to overcome. So I definitely think I did it. And it made so much more sense to me to sing in Portuguese coming to a competition like this. And the song itself, sometimes my publisher says, oh, you should do like an English version of this. And I said, hell no, I won't do it because I will ruin the song. It makes no sense to me. So I could definitely sing in English, but it makes no sense to me. But singing in my own language in a show that showcases other countries as well makes a lot more sense.
And Remo, you got 4 national languages to pick from.
Yeah, and I took no one of it.
Was it an easy decision to sing in English? And
so I think my music style and all the songs I wrote myself are in English. I think it's the best way for me to express what I want to say, and it's also the best way to get in touch with many people as possible because it's a language we all kind of understand. And yeah, I also tried to write some songs in German, but not in Swiss German. I think in Swiss German it's just a very small bubble and it's something completely different. Maybe try it out in the future, but...
And you guys, well, English, do you think being native English speakers, it brings you a certain advantage in presenting, or?
Yeah, I didn't really have a choice. I'm highly dyslexic, so I can't speak Irish. So yeah, it was a very simple one for us to go with English. Yeah.
Yeah. For us, it was like, when you improvise on the guitar and stuff, you just putting some words to it. And, it doesn't matter sometimes. But for me, it was always English. So it just come up like that.
Cool. Okay, well, I think let's see if we've got any questions from the audience. We've got so we'll start with up the front. We need the runner with the microphone. Just
Hey guys, it's GJ from OutTV. I think on stage here we have 4 delegations, 4 artists that really express themselves through their outfits as well during, these are 4 of the most unique outfits we'll see on the stage. What was your inspiration for your stage outfits and how did that creative process go for all of you?
Should I start? So my outfit is something which is very new to me. It's kind of very something very special, something very modern. I was working for the staging with Sasha Jean-Baptiste, which is definitely a name in the scene. And I was very happy to work with her. And she had a kind of contact. He's called Gorian, who is the stylist of ours this year. And yeah, we had a big talk and he showed me some different outfits. And first time when I saw it, the final one, I was thinking, definitely no, no. But then I gave it a chance and I tried it in the first rehearsal. And until then, I was still pretty unsure. And after it, I got so many wonderful feedbacks and I think it looked so cool on camera that I was sure. So yeah, go for that one.
It looks great.
Thank you.
Can I? Actually, for us, it was like this. It looks so 60s, our outfits, and when we doing when I see the outfits, like I was so obsessed with it because I love the outfits because of the designer that who did the outfits, and she knew our style already. But she actually, when we were busking in the street, she saw us and she was like, "Oh, I have to do something for them." But then in the Eurovision we met, and she did this great job. And it's most likely for me why I love it, because it's remind me our song too, because it's our song is like kind of 60s, but in the new things happening. And in our costumes it's also like that, because it's like the 60s vibes, like sweets, and but have some 21st century things.
It's also a local brand called Parça that
yeah, it's a local brand. Everything is just making their local, and yeah, I love it.
Did you guys get to choose what you wore, or was someone that this?
Yeah, I designed mine.
Did you?
Yeah.
So you screwed yourself.
Well, yeah.
You had no one but yourself. to
Should have
blame.
thought about the toilet. Yeah, well, I'm a big fashion lover. If it wasn't music for me, I think I'd want to maybe work in fashion. And I've always, I think I had a screenshot on my phone from like 2018, and I saw someone wearing this gold sequins top. And I wanted to make that into. I love Elvis, so it's kind of like a tip of the hat to Elvis. And then Ed.
Hello.
What did you want to wear?
You just wore what you were told to wear.
Well, it's hard to like. I'm obsessed with the brand Carhartt. So basically, I'm a introvert in some styles. So I didn't want to. I'm not as shiny and glamorous, I suppose. So I wanted to just wear these runners, a pair of Carhartt with gold along the trim, and then I cropped a Carhartt top, got rid of all the logos, and just put gold on it. Basically, what about you, Cal?
Shit. Yes, I had this idea that, well, it's actually Connor who came up with the idea, really, clanger, about wearing a boiler suit, and kind of the idea was to take it on a journey through all the pre-parties and add bits from every country. So when we did it in the national finals, someone put up a tweet that said, when you have to win your national finals at 11:30 and fix a Ford Fiesta at 12:30. And I went, Trollocs. Get rid of that. So I've gone for a PVC leather gold thing instead.
Ooh.
It's also difficult to go up to the toilet. The zip's quite high, so I have to turn into like a human stapler to try and figure myself out. But I kind of think I went for a bit of a David Bowie, Billy Idol look, as you probably all noticed. And then, thank you, dudes. So yeah, I just wanted to bring it. Like Eurovision's a once in opportunity. You know what I mean? It's a huge stage. It's amazing to be here. So why not go all out and enjoy yourself?
Absolutely.
You know.
Well done.
Thank you. Go me.
Can I answer on my end?
Yeah, of
Yes.
course. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Go on.
I just wanted to say that my biggest inspiration for this, do you know Sesame Street?
Yeah.
The bird from Sesame Street? The yellow one? Yeah. Yeah, I thought about it and I thought I want that but in red. And that's pretty much my inspiration. I'm just kidding. I do look like the yellow bird but in red. But on a very cabaret-ish way because we wanted to give it like the cabaret look, and what better than feathers? And I always knew that I wanted all of our outfits to be red. We have a splash of other color. It's pink, although it doesn't come through in the video, I think, enough. But my song talks about heart, and heart is red. The association is very direct, I think. So yeah, my inspiration was okay, cabaret, but red.
Thank you.
Oh, and sorry, I forgot to tell you that the designer that created the outfit is Dino Alves. It's a designer in Portugal, and is very creative. So he came up with the bird look. Yeah.
Well, we think you look great.
Oh, thank you so much.
And you know, you're going to go down in Eurovision has a history, and
Oh, don't
you're
clap
going to
just to me,
form
clap for
part
Paul.
of this history. And I mean, look at ABBA's outfits from 1974. They're absolute classics, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, anyway, Alistair.
Hi, I have a question for Ireland, but if I may, very quickly for Mimikat, can you finish off your story? Did you sell the house?
I was renting it. I wasn't selling it.
But
It
you
was
did-
worse.
You did rent it.
Yeah, but I did rent it.
Thank you very much.
I did.
For Ireland, Connor, I think this is the first song where you've been lead singer. Or David is quite often lead singer, my research tells me. So, is that correct? How did that change? How
Yeah,
much-
we've done some songs where we both sang, he sang, and then I think when I wrote this song, he just thought it was more suited to my vocal. And those, we don't really have egos. If he sings another song, it's all fine.
He's an amazing singer, though. He was singing from Prince. What was the name of it? Nothing Compares to You in the hotel room when we were in London, and my heart just melted away.
You've never said that to me.
Nah, he didn't.
Fuck's sake, about 10 free parties. You don't get one.
But we were drunk.
All
and
he
it was
mentions is
really
the
good.
outfit. No, I'm only joking.
It's good.
Thanks, guys. So, anything else from the audience? One more. Nope. Okay. Thank you, guys. That has
Thank
been
you.
wonderful. It's been wonderful to meet you. Thanks for being up
Thank
here
you
with
so
us. You now have an opportunity. I'm sure there's lots of people who would like to speak to you one-on-one. You can take as much time as you like. And we wish you the best of luck. You've been great here, and thank you again.
Thank you, Simon.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys.
So if you're coming in, please take your seats. Okay, so we would like to welcome to the stage, please, this year's representatives from Croatia. Let 3. Anywhere along here, just come along here. And then, unfortunately, Finland. We've had some issues with Finland, so their manager has come. So we're going to be joined by Juhani, who is the manager, and he's bringing a friend with him, John. So they're going to be on stage for a while. We hope that Karija will be able to come later. So welcome to the stage. We're going to just chat for a few minutes, and then you'll have an opportunity to go down into the audience and talk to people on a one-to-one basis. Thank you for coming. So we want to talk to Let 3, one of the most unique bands who are here. And I think it's appropriate that you're here in Liverpool because looking at your biography, there's a lot of parallels between you and Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Is that something you've thought about? Do you know Frankie Goes to Hollywood's work? And what do you think of that comparison?
Relax, and the other favorite song is The Power of Love. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, your song is full of meaning, slightly difficult for non-Croatians to understand, and those of us who are not used to you as a group. Can you explain a little bit about the meaning of your song?
Hello to everybody once again. Our little song is it's our try to spread to the world the message of love. It's a little stupid, but not so stupid. It's a clever song. It's a catchy song with some words which are universal. It's an anti-war songs, of course, because our expressions and our minds are always anti-war and anti-hunger and anti-everything bent on this planet. And it's not so easy to explain you in one sentence. When we made that song, we made it like a little rock opera, which had intro, which had everything parts of the opera, and I don't know, it's easy. Mama kupila traktora mama kupila traktora mama ljubila morona trajna nina Armagedonona. And this is our anti-war song, and this is our try to spread to the message to the world that we are always here to protect you with the power of our love. Every time, anywhere, anytime, anybody, everybody. We are always our mission is to fight against human stupidity, and I don't know. We always we always have intentions to make this world a better place for everybody. I don't know what else I have to add to my sentences. I'm really a little bit excited here, and we are so happy to be here on the Eurovision Song Contest because it's a really, really great occasion to all artists to spread the message to the world. Because we are all delegations, we are also talented, we are also good artists. We have great songs, everybody of us, and enjoy ourselves and enjoy this time on Eurovision Song Contest as we are, and thank you for everything.
And the tractor is a very important part of your song, isn't it? The tractor. Why have you picked a tractor?
Tractor. Our little golden tractor is our weapon against human stupidity. He is in this second that our golden tractor is in metaverse, and we teleported from our town of Rijeka from Croatia to Liverpool, and our one member is in one moment driving that tractor in metaverse because he have to adjust this, and because we try to make something like Formula One Grand Prix, you know, and this is a weekend of qualifications: Q1, Q practice one, FP practice two, and Q2, and sprint race. And I will try. We want to sell the challenge to the other delegations. Made your own tractor and try to contest against us, because it's so boring. We are only contesting. We are always winning. Yeah, you know. Yeah.
Well, you got the Australians are bringing a car, so you got the tractor, they got the car. But it's not the same. If we can turn to Finland for a moment, I don't know if you're able to answer these questions, but Karja's song is very much, it's a mixture of genres. But cha-cha-cha is a ballroom dancing theme, and there's a bit of ballroom dancing in there. And that seems to be a theme that's run through quite a few Finnish entries in the past. We've had a lot of tangos from Finland, and now we've got the cha-cha-cha. Why is that?
Because
I think John is he's a bit hot, so he needs to.
Bit hot?
Take your jacket off. God, man, that's.
Oh my God, who knew?
I'm sorry. Take the jacket off as well.
Oh,
uh-oh.
That's a cha-cha-cha. I heard about it, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Uh-oh, the knot's too tight.
The preacher undressing a guy.
Ta-da! Do you actually have any other clothes?
Yep. I don't know, my muscles.
Thank you for joining
Thank
us.
you,
So
thank
we're
you,
very
everybody.
glad
Nice
to
to be
welcome you.
But
So-
yeah, you ask some questions. For me, I love dancer, and why not? Because the song is cha cha cha. I thinking we must to put some dancer. I'm not so good dancer, but I take some professional dancer and Pink Color and me together. It's the nice combo. Yeah.
And it seems to work.
Yeah, it's work.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Now, and both your songs are in your native language.
Exactly.
And that's something that more and more we seem to again see songs in native language. Did you do that on purpose? And why did you decide to prefer your home language? Because it obviously makes it more difficult for an international audience to understand. Why did you pick Finnish?
Because I can only speak Finnish. maybe that's why. Maybe someday I do some Spain or English song. I don't know. And because my country, Finland, there is so many people who don't believe if we send a Finnish song in Eurovision, they don't believe that song can win. And I want to show that can be possible.
Yeah.
Good. What about for Croatia?
I really agree with Karija, our good friend. We used to dance together on pre-parties and things like that. And also, I think language is not the most important in the music. If the song is universal, language is not important, you know. And I don't know, through all the history of modern music, we in our Croatia listening to other languages. Okay, now it's time to the rest of Europe listen Croatian language. Yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned the pre-parties, and there's the Eurovision bubble. You're spending a lot of time together over the last few weeks. Have you built friendships with other people from other delegations? Do you find that helps, that you know all the people that you're with? But is there some rivalry as well, or?
Yeah, of course. Honestly, here in Liverpool, we don't have so much occasions to spend the time together because it's everything is so organized, and I don't know, sound checks and stay here, go there. Yeah, okay. But on pre-parties, we have a lot of time to touch ourselves together, you know, and we are so happy because I don't know, when I saw people from Moldavia, I'm happy to hug them. Ireland, Latvia, Slovenia, San Marino, Malta, Finland.
I'm here. Hug me.
United by the music. It's the real message,
Yes.
and it's working like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he said all, but yeah, for me, in Slovenia, the Bojan, yeah, he's great.
Czechia,
Yeah,
oh.
he's great guy, and I think so. He's my first friend here, and maybe also this guy. I don't know. Maybe they don't like me. But there is so many good person, and it's so nice to meeting all Eurovision artists and organize. I love it so much.
And of course, there is one quite important rivalry for you, certainly amongst the fans. The fans are split between you and a certain neighboring country of Finland.
Yeah.
And she was supposed to come here this afternoon, but she's not coming.
Why?
So,
Okay.
but how is that? How's that rivalry? Are you friends, or we've seen your video that you made of her, and you do a very good impression.
I think so. We are friends. She's so cute and funny and humorist person.
Yeah.
And she's queen.
Now, there's a lot of stress for you guys with this competition. There's a huge stage. It's a big international audience. How are you dealing with that stress? Have you felt it yet? How's it been? You haven't performed yet in front of a full arena. But how do you deal with the stress? Can you support each other as a group? It's more difficult for solo artists.
We can we are hardly waiting to all those things get finished, and then we go crazy, and then we go party.
Crazy party.
Good idea.
Yeah. I don't feel any press right now.
Yeah.
Maybe before or that when the semifinal coming, then I think so. I feel some.
Don't talk about the
Yeah.
semi-finals,
I'm
please.
sorry. I'm sorry.
We are already in final.
Exactly. Exactly.
Very true.
Nice.
You're all part of the Eurovision family now, and you
Yeah.
always will be. So, we'll just see if there are any quick questions from the audience. So down the front.
Hi, it's GJ from OutTV. Question for both of you. For both of you, the outfits and your fashion is really important in terms of your performance. How was it to create those looks and perform in them?
Kadia?
In Finland, we have a great stylist who make this, and then I can use something and say, oh, I want something like that, because my other color is the yellow one, and now I'm green man, and it's okay for me because Rasmus last year it's the yellow, and now I'm some circus monkey. I don't know what the fuck is that outfit, but yeah.
Well, through all our career, we are always wearing a lot of costume. We were never was a band who played on stage in some kind of casual outfit, you know. For us, this is our casual outfit, you know. And we have a lot of costumes. Korea has only one, but you know.
Thanks, bro.
But very good one, yeah.
And excuse me, as far as I'm aware, you haven't always worn a costume for your performances, have you?
Yeah, we used to be play naked with the models on our dicks, cocks. We protect our dicks from the bites of the audience and things like that. Yeah, we have really a lot of experience with the costumes and things like that. Yeah, and this is a part of our expression of our story, which is like three story. It's a long story about 100,
For
about
another
100
time.
years.
Take your time.
Alistair?
Hi, guys. Alistair Birch from Australian Radio. My question is about tractors. This is for Croatia. One of the iconic images of the Ukrainian war was tractors being used to tow away tanks. What did you think when you saw that, and has that influenced the choice of tractors in your song?
No, sorry, no, I'm not so good in English, and then I ask my colleague to translate me. No, there is no relationship with that. It's only the part of our artistic expression, and we don't have no intentions to do some directly messages like that, you know. No, it's really no. Thank you.
Coincidental. Okay, and yeah, one more in the front here.
Thank you. Hi. Hi, everyone. I'm Dave from Gadio Breakfast, UK's LGBTQ radio station. I have a question for Karia. Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Okay, stop.
Can I have your number? No, I'm joking. So there's been some talk of late about some other acts who have been not as, or some fans of certain countries who haven't been as pleased about the size of the stage and they've had to change the act. How do you feel about the size of the stage? Is size important for your act career? Translation.
Sorry, he
buffering. There's a smile.
Yeah, of course. I like states when it's the big, and
bigger can be better.
Yeah, and I have a lot of space to move.
Yeah.
Now and do the crazy things.
So you don't think the Liverpool stage will hinder your performance?
No.
That's all we need to
No,
know.
no,
Thank
no,
you.
no. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And then just one last one back over here.
I have a question from Karia. We spoke in Amsterdam, and you had a really important message about body positivity and loving your body in everybody that you're in, and that you want to encourage fans that as well. How has that changed your life, thinking about it that way and seeing your fans embrace that?
Yeah, I think so. Always, I want to take my t-shirts off and look at me. It's not so good, buddy. And these guys also, they have only underwear. They can do that. Why other people can't do that?
In this moment, I have no underwear.
Okay, yeah. Nice to know that.
And I want only people can freedom. Yeah. And love to all party and
Which
yeah.
is what Eurovision is all about.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Anyway, thank you very much. So I think you're our most colorful, you're our most outrageous acts, and you're our most fun acts. So thank you very, very much for joining us today.
Thank you very much. And
Thank you so much.
If you
to
can
everybody.
stay for a while, there'll be people who would love to speak to you. I hope you enjoy next week and good
And
luck.
support Croatia and Finland.
Yeah.
Woo! Thank you.
Thank you.
Just one, just housekeeping item. It is possible that we will be joined by the ladies from the Czech Republic. They confirmed last night, so we'll let you know if they're coming. That'll be a little bit later on. Thank you.